Buongiorno, everybody, and happy almost New Year. Today is New Year's Eve, and I just want to start the day and end the year with my gratitude and thanks to all of you. This has been a horrible, wonderful year. Even though this whole pandemic thing has been crazy for everybody and definitely a challenge, I don't want to say it's been bad. We have to find the best in everything. And as horrible as things have been, life has still been good. So right now, what I want to give you today is a recipe, not for food, for life. A recipe for 2021. This is what we're going to start tomorrow with. And it's going to be connection. That's my recipe. It's a recipe for connection. So, you know, we all have times, and especially this year, where we're down and droopy and gloomy. Everybody thinks Dorina's always happy all the time. And I am happy all the time. I'm not jumping for joy 24/7. I have crappy days. I've felt depressed. I've been anxious. But I choose not to give in to it. There's days where I go lay in my bed and I just sit there and cry. And I'm just like, sometimes I don't even know why. I think we all go through those moments. I'm going to tell you a personal story of personal discomfort. That's kind of hard to say. But it's got to be 15, 20 years ago. I would have these days where I had 6 little kids running around. Okay, so tell me if I wasn't crazy, I wasn't normal. But I would have these moments where I'd just throw myself on my bed and just be crying and just, I can never get up again, you know? And so one day, finally, I called my friend, Carol Ann. She's a psychologist. We went to high school together, great friend. And I said to her, I was like, what's the definition of a nervous breakdown? And she goes, oh, there's no such thing as there's no definition. There is such thing. There's no definition of a nervous breakdown because it's very individual. It's when an individual person can't take it anymore. And I said to her, is it possible I've had numerous nervous breakdowns, but then I look at the clock and I see it's 5 and I got to get up and make dinner? And she starts laughing at me. She goes, oh, Dorina, you're too strong to give into it. And years later, I'm watching some late night infomercial as I was dozing off to sleep, and it was talking about anxiety and depression. And all of a sudden I realized, I'm like, holy crap, all those nervous breakdowns weren't nervous breakdowns. They were basically, it was anxiety attacks. It was overwhelmedness of 6 kids under 10. You know, I had the 5 boys in 6 years. I mean, there's some years I don't remember. I lived moment to moment. It was survival mode. Doesn't mean I wasn't happy. I was just crazy. So here's the thing. Crazy. I'm going to go back to now the word crazy. You set your own tone. So I started making changes. Once I realized what my freaking story was, I'm like, it was, you know, so much of, I was alone a lot. And, you know, I find being alone, but lonely is kryptonite to me. So this is some of the things I'm going to express to you. Number 1, you're not alone. And if you're ever feeling overwhelmed or anxious, and let me tell you, when you feel that way, you feel alone. You feel like you're the only one in the world feeling this way. And, oh gosh, you know, who do I call? And all of a sudden you have no friends. When we are feeling crappy, we have no friends. That's all in our heads. You have friends. Make a list of your friends. These are my night people. I have certain friends I know I can call late at night because they're up all night. I have certain friends I can call first thing at the crack of dawn in the morning. And I have other friends I can text in the middle of the night because they're awake in Italy. So what I'm going to tell you now is that this year, our recipe for connection is going to be to practice the Rosetto effect. Okay? This is what you're going to do. You're going to eat at the table every night with whoever's there. And even if you are alone, you eat at that table, FaceTime with somebody. but eat at your table because it makes you feel whole. When you do everything on the couch, you watch TV, you eat there, you sleep there, yeah, or whatever, if you're alone, oh God, you're just enveloped in that couch and it just cocoons you into this negativity. So don't do it. Eat at the table, okay? Visit somebody. Now, I know right now visiting is hard, but even if you talk to your neighbor over the fence, okay, visit. And right now we have to take advantage of what we've got. So take advantage of the FaceTime, the video chat, the Zoom call. Do it. Do it. Connect with somebody every day. That's what I do. I can't function if I don't have some connection with somebody on the daily, whether it's a phone call, and not a phone call, not a business call, not a check on my computer ready yet call or whatever. I'm talking call a friend, call your mom, call your sister, call your cousin, call your brother, call whoever, call somebody. Now, let me tell you something about FaceTime though. FaceTime can be invasive, okay? So like my daughter has the habit of always calling me FaceTime when I'm in the bathroom and I can't answer. So here's what you got to do. If you want to do a FaceTime, make a phone call and turn it into a video chat, or send a text. Hey, can you FaceTime right now? Regular phone calls, make phone calls. Don't text. Don't text, call. If somebody's there, they will answer. And if they can't talk, they'll text you back. Hey, I'm in a meeting. I'll call you back after. Cool. But, you know, we've gotten so into the habit of checking to see if we can connect with somebody. That sucks. Just freaking call them. Okay? So there. Anyway, and then do something outside of yourself. Feed people. Help people. Be part of your community. If you don't have that, create it. If you're cooking, cook double. It doesn't cost that much to cook extra, and you can do that and make that extra meal for the lady across the street who lives alone, or whatever it might be, or take some treats over to the firehouse. It doesn't have to be big. You don't have to wait until, oh, let me wait till I've got a big batch. You know, you got a little teeny tray, take it. If they each get one cookie, it's just, people feel good when somebody gives them something. We don't sit here and give to receive, but let me tell you how much you receive when you give. Oh God, you receive love, and you receive good feelings, and you receive joy, and that is awesome. That is awesome. So this year, 2021, the recipe for connection, because connection is happiness. And I'm going to come back to happiness in a second, but we're going to practice the Rosetto effect. We're going to eat at the table. We're going to visit people, whether it's in person or virtually. We are going to call people, because when we can't see them in face, we can hear at least their voice. Send somebody a real long message. Send them an email. Make a card. Write a letter. Go buy some stamps and pre-stamp the envelopes. Make it easy, because do you know how much fun it is to get a Christmas card? Well, how much fun is it? It's even more fun to get a letter mid-year in the middle of nothing. These are really important things that I want you to pay attention to this year. This year is the year of connection, okay? And you guys are all going to help me get this back to the table movement moving. So let's talk about happiness, though, because you can't be happy unless you're connecting, and you can't connect unless you're being happy. Oh, see? It's like a double-edged sword. Happiness doesn't mean you're jumping up and down 24/7, okay? Happiness is deeper. It's knowing that life is good. It's looking on the positive side. You know what? Forget that that the glass is half empty or half full. If you've got something in that glass, you're good to go. It's all about your perspective, and you have to make a choice. It's all about your mindset and where you're putting it. It means you're happy with yourself. And it also means that you're striving for happiness, okay? I may have moments of, and I'm going to tell you, Angelina can attest to this. I have moments of deep, dark depression sometimes. I get really down. I get really sad. And I'm not afraid to admit that, because you know what? I need everybody to know that even as you watch me and you see me be a cheerful person all the time, I have moments of really dark, really sad. And I sit and I cry. I can cry at the drop. Poof, I'm crying. Okay? But I'm always striving for happiness. I'm always trying to fill my glass fuller. Okay? Because there's no point to being sad. There's no point to being angry. And sometimes it's just, you know what? Sometimes it's plain old hormonal. You know, it sucks. Okay? But that's life. And so for the women who are watching, you know what I'm talking about. And for the men who are watching, please understand we can't help it sometimes. Sometimes we cry, you know, and sometimes we don't know why. So just the answer to that is just give a hug. So these are things to do to help get you through. I'm going to give you some tips of things that I do to keep my happiness, because I constantly on purpose try to be happy and to share happiness. It's not always accepted. It's not always received, but I keep going. You have to have faith in that. So things I do to be happy, which you're going to do to be happy in this coming year. And right now, since we're going through this COVID crap, because that's what I call it, C squared, COVID crap. We're going through the COVID thing, and it's winter, and now we're coming out of the holiday. We all know January is always gloom. Whether it's sunny out or not, it's still mental gloom time. January, February, we're inside, it's cold, or people are, you know, just not around, or everybody's coming down off the high of the holidays. Whatever it is, January and February are miserable. So here's what we're going to do. First of all, like I said, we're going to connect. That's really important. But little things in the moment when you're by yourself or when you're just around the house, music. Music is critical. So back at the very beginning of the pandemic, like for example, yesterday I made the recipe, the pineapple cake. That was the very first recipe I made in the start of my new pandemic show. But one of the other things one day I talked about, and right there at the very beginning, was music. And what I want to encourage you to do is get on your phone or your laptop or whatever, or wherever you keep your music. Get on Spotify or Pandora or whoever, we use Spotify, and make some playlists. So I have a happy music playlist. I have a my favorite 80s dance music playlist. I have my opera music playlist. Today I was working on my show tunes, because when I was a kid, my dad's restaurant we had opera singers that sang there on the weekends from the National Lyric Opera Company in Washington. And they would sing opera arias, and they would throw in occasionally some show tunes. My favorite, and I can't remember this guy's name, I'm blank at the moment, but there was this one singer. He was this tallish, kind of slender guy, and he had a big mustache, very early 80s. And he had this deep baritone voice. And he would sing Some Enchanted Evening from South Pacific. Some Enchanted Evening. And he'd sing it, and there's that part from across the room. And I would always ask him to sing that. And I would stand up front, and I'd be watching from wherever corner I was, because I just loved that song. And I just loved the deep voice. It just sometimes a voice or a tone resonates inside of you, and it just warms you, It was fun, and it made me happy. So this morning I was making a new playlist for the new year, and I was cleaning up this, doing some things this morning. I put on some show. I'm like, I want some show tunes. And so, of course, I played Some Enchanted Evening and, the original one from the movie, and I love it. So make yourself some playlists, whether it's a mixed playlist, like I have it's called My Happy Music, and it's a mix of Italian songs and old songs and new songs and dance tunes and whatever, but it's all happy. No sad love songs. I have that playlist too. Sometimes I just want to be mellow in the hot tub or something, but have some make My Happy Music playlist. That's what you're going to start with. Okay. It's really important. Have some Frank Sinatra in there too. The other important thing you should do every chance you get is watch me, because I will remind you to stay cheerful. Okay. So my gift to you, I'm just kidding. Now, so many people say, have a gratitude journal, and I've tried that, and they say, write down three things I'm grateful for every day. And, sometimes you're like, okay, what am I grateful for today? Today, okay, like I could sit here and let's look at perspective and mindset. Today for me, what do I have around me? It's gloomy out today. It's cold. I'm here by myself because Pat went to pick up his glasses. The kids are all at their friends or with each other. Gosh, what a gloomy, yucky day. I could sit here and look at the day that way. I could also say, hey, it might be cold out, but I don't have snow. That's cool because I don't have to shovel. I'm not lonely. I'm here alone, but it's nice because as soon as I get off here, I'm going to crank those show tunes and play them really loud, which I'm not allowed to do when everybody's home. They're like, turn that down, Ma. And I'm like, where have I heard that before? So I'm going to crank my tunes. That's awesome. Sometimes when you're alone, you can play your music as loud as you want. There's always something to look at the positive or the negative. So you see what I did there? You got to do that. So find your positive. So yeah, if you want to write down, I carry a planner. I get a new planner every year, and it's a zipper planner. It's actually by christianbooks.com. I found one the first time actually at a store, and I've ordered them every year now for the past like 6, 7, 8 years. I love that thing. And it does have little spaces in the side to write things. And sometimes I write what I'm thankful for or what I'm hoping for. So you can also make your gratitude your hopes and your dreams, what you're hoping for this year, what you're hoping for this week. It's really important because it's good to have hope, because if you have hope, you have faith. And if you have faith, you've got hope because it's coming. You don't know when. Because you know what? Remember something when you pray. God's time's not our time, but just be patient. Patience is truly a virtue. So, try writing things down once in a while. Even if you don't do it every day, maybe do it once a week, but do it regularly. And remind yourself that there's some good things. Even if you write the same thing every day. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. My kids are safe and healthy. My kids are safe and healthy. My kids are safe and healthy. My husband is here. He has got a job. He's still working. Blah, blah. I mean, there's something to be thankful for, even if it's the same thing every day. Now, something I do at the beginning of every year, and also anytime I'm feeling discombobulated and maybe a little not happy, I sit down and I write my goals lists. I never look at them again. But for some reason, when you write them down, when you write down your goals, for some reason it sticks in your brain better and it puts you on track. Sometimes you just need to get all the fibers and time together. So I make 3 lists. Well, sometimes 4. I'll explain that in a second. So you're going to have your immediate goals, your short-term goals, and your long-term goals. So what I usually start with is my long-term goals because that's farthest away and that's where I want to end up. But you might want to start the other way, so it's up to you. Say my long-term goal is I want to lose 50 pounds. So my short-term goal, so long-term is like a year out. Short-term goals are like, next 3 to 6 months. Immediate goals are what I'm starting to do immediately, okay? Like I want to do this and I'm starting tomorrow. Boom, that's a goal for tomorrow. So they all kind of tie into each other. If I want to lose 50 pounds by next year, by 6 months from now, I want to lose 25 and tomorrow I'm starting a diet. That's how, how I would work it, backtrack it. Or you can say, I'm going to start a diet and within 6 months, I want to lose this and within it. You can go either way, but they're going to tie into each other. So I've been doing this for years and years and years. I write it all down, whether it has to do with my physical self, my job, my house, my whatever, my kids, whatever it is, places I want to go, travel. And then I just fold it up and I put it away. I most of the time lose it, but I don't look at it again. I found a couple of them over the years stashed in little random places. I look at them, I'm like, I did do that. I didn't do that. But anyway, it's okay. It got me started at the moment. So it's really important. But back when I was in my 20s, I started doing another list. Because I've been doing this since high school. Because I didn't always like the way I was. And at the time, I didn't know about some of the things that I know now. How to take care of certain inner things. So I used to call it personality goals. Like, stop being such a bitch. Stop crying so much. Don't be so short-tempered. Whatever it might be, right? And the reality of it is that I didn't know how to then handle and understand. And I still am not great at it. handling those hormone ups and downs. Why am I crying today? I don't know, you know. But the goals list really, really, really helps. To get through my days, I make lists for the day. Sometimes I make them the night before. Sometimes I make them first thing in the morning. More often the night before, because it helps me sleep better, because sometimes what keeps me from sleeping is thinking about all the things I got to do. And so if I write them down, I know that they're safe and I don't have to think about them and I can sleep better. So it's just, that's a tip too. But I make a short daily list. I try not to make it too long, because the shorter the list is, the more easily you accomplish it and you feel successful. Again, makes you happy. And that's it. So these are some things that I do: play music, make those playlists, connect, visit or call at least one person every day. I know it may sound crazy. It might be the same person every day. It might be your mother or your sister or your brother or your friend, but whatever. Or go through that Facebook list that you've got 1,000 friends on that you never talk to, and just go randomly pick one and send them a long message or give them a phone call. Hey, I saw that beautiful picture you posted of the kids. It just made me want to call you. That moment of connection is awesome. The year I lived in Italy, when my kids were in school there, back in 2005, 6, one of the things that me and the other moms used to do, some friends, some cousins, or whatever, is, we'd walk the kids to school, and then we would just walk down to the bar, the cafe, and we would get a cappuccino and a little croissant, a cornetto, and have a little breakfast. We'd sit there for 15, 20 minutes, and it was simple. It was just connection. It was, we'd have a little chit chat. Oh, my kid's this, my husband that. What are you making for dinner? And then we'd right away, we're on the food, and we would talk and chit chat for a few, finish the coffee, and a cappuccino over there is way smaller than a cappuccino, not a 20 ounce, 30 ounce, 60 ounce thing from wherever here. I'm not going to name names. But I tell you, that little connection first thing in the morning, I'd go back to the house, I would clean, I would start dinner, I would do all this stuff, and I would feel good because I had some connection. Roseto effect, of course, there it was in Roseto. So I really, really feel like we need to bring to life this Roseto effect this year. Recipe for 2021, connect. Revive the Roseto effect. Bring your family to the table. I'm telling you, it'll solve everything. Really, I swear, it will solve everything, make you happier. Okay, so our goals this year is to live happy, chase happiness, seek happiness, run around after it, trap it, catch it, whatever way you want to do it. Now I'm trying to make things up and it's funny. So those are my tips to end this year with and to start the new year with. You know what? You know what you should do? I'm going to do this. We need to make a list today. Today, when you get off of here right now, make a list of all the good things that happened in 2020. Okay? We are so easy to really grab onto the toilet paper shortage, the mask wearing, the rashes from the mask, the not being able to get together at the holiday, not being able to travel. Let me see, how many bad things can you come up with for 2020? Forget it. Drop those. What happened in 2020 for you that was good, that may have come out of all this crap? Okay? So, really, truly, make a list today of all the good that came out of this year. I can tell you mine. Okay, bad thing that something good came out of. I couldn't go to Italy. That sucked. But if I was in Italy, I wouldn't have moved to this new house. We came down to Ocean City, and all of a sudden I see this house for sale right here over the border in Delaware, and boom, we bought a new house, we moved, and I have a new kitchen, and I have a hot tub, and I'm 2 minutes from the ocean. Out of bad came good. I started this YouTube channel that I've been wanting to do anyway, I had never done, I'd done maybe just a couple little live ones, and I was like, heck with it, I'm just going to do it live, because everybody was giving stuff, and I didn't, who was making masks, and who was collecting gift cards for the kids who didn't get meals from school, and all these frontline things and this and that, and I'm like, what do? I give cooking lessons. Well, I'm going to give them away for free. But now this has grown my YouTube channel. So now, again, out of something crappy came me creating something good, because all my cooking classes for the spring were canceled. All my trips were canceled. I had a speaking engagement that I was getting ready to start doing speaking engagements. They got canceled. Catering jobs I had this spring, everything got canceled. But I started something new that now going forward, I'll be able to do this and that. And it's all awesome. Because of this show, I have met some really cool people, some of them virtually. I met 1 or 2 people new in person that were watching me. So there's so much good. So look at your own life and find the good that came out of this year's bad. Because there's always something good, you know? So, wow. I hope that I didn't talk too much. I hope that you guys got something out of all this. You know I love doing the cooking, because that's a means to getting you guys to the table. And I love talking. And I know sometimes I talk too much. And luckily, I haven't gotten too many, negatives on the talk. But they say that if you don't get something negative, then you're not doing positives. I really wish you guys, I hope everybody had great holidays as best as they could be. We got to remember that this too shall pass. And, some people are saying, oh, some things are going to never go back to normal and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Some of the normal wasn't good. So maybe this is good. There's a really cool website called the Good News Network. Sign up for that and get your good news. I get good news in the morning on my phone. Awesome. I just read a story or two that are positives, like how some kid ran in and saved somebody from a burning house, or all positive stories. And they're real. So why do we got to watch real negative when we can watch real positive? You know what? When I'm in Italy and I'm in that little village and I watch no news and I read no newspapers, except for the pink newspaper, which is the sports one. That's awesome, because it's always like, yeah, go. Because it's just soccer. That makes me happy. See, again, find the things that make you happy. But when I'm in Roseto, I don't really hear much of the outside world. And you know what? I'm happy. And I'm telling you, ignorance is bliss. That saying has meaning. Get the local town newspaper and just know what's going on in your community. Forget this national stuff. It's just too much. It's beyond us. And we, unless you're going to go run for Congress and change things from the top, just ignore it. It sucks. It just sucks. So, and talk about a downer, talk about a fast way to make yourself get depressed and sad and cry. Watch the news. Yeah, I want to cry all day long. So, take yourself away from it a little bit and think about positive. Good News Network. It's really good. And, just keep trudging forward. And when you need a boost, send me a message, watch my show. I'm hoping to continue on. And my goal now that I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, thanks to all of you guys and everybody else that watches. My goal now is to up my videos. So you're going to see a new me next week. I'm getting a makeover. If I'm going to do this and keep doing it now that I've reached 1,000, I'm hoping that I can get the viewership. Please watch my videos. So make round things tonight. Lentils, symbol of prosperity, because it's the shape of coins. Put some sausage in there because it's also round and it's got fat in it, which makes it rich, And money doesn't buy happiness, but lack of it can make you miserable. But being comfortable is comfortable. So I wish you all success and prosperity in this new year. I wish you all love and health and the seeking of happiness. Seeking happiness makes you happy. Just saying. Check out my dorinaskitchen.com website, because I'm getting ready to set the dates for the 2021 Italy trips that we're going to pray for and hope and pray that they work. That everything gets, underway and we become safer to travel. And I guess that's about it. Also, watch these next 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing a free little challenge on my Facebook, a little Facebook Live challenge. It's going to be a separate little group we're going to create just to help you get your kitchens ready for the new year so that you can get yourselves back to the table. So it's a little kitchen prep kind of little challenge. So stay tuned because that's coming and it's going to be 5 days. And I hope some of you will join me in that little live group that we're going to set up this week. So I love you all so much. And I just want everybody to be happy because when I can help other people be happy, it makes me happy. So you should try it sometime. It's really a lot of fun. All right. Buon anno. Happy New Year. Let's see, what other languages do I know? Feliz Año Nuevo. Spanish. So I know Italian, English, and Spanish. Those are my things. And I just hope that you guys just really can find the goodness in this world because we need to share it. We need some of it right now. All right. But you got to start with yourself. Make yourself happy. You know, just like they say, if you're in a plane, you know, they tell you put your oxygen on first before you help somebody else. Get your oxygen on, get your happy on, and then share it. Okay? Because we can help other people so much better when we have our own oxygen. And happiness is oxygen. It's life-giving. All right? I don't even want to go. I'm having fun talking to you guys today, but I'm going to let you go. Go cook. Go make your lentils for tonight or whatever else, your pineapple cake. The last 2 recipes I gave, well, what did I make Tuesday? I made, oh yeah, the mushrooms. Make the mushrooms and the pineapple cake, and I guarantee you, you will be happy. Love you. Ciao. Buon anno.